Crowd lined up early to get all the best seats as Oklahoma is in town to take on UCF in the finale of this 3-game series. 3-time defending champs led by T.R.A. Jennings getting ready to take on the Knights.
This year, as the whole country expects them to win every single game when they take the field.
Only lost 1 game all of last year on their way to a national championship, and Parker says, I got hit by a pitch. Home plate umpire Steve Gold.
Shake it off. She didn't call time. She went with the call, and because of it, left it big for a huge hitter.
And a huge strikeout for Felton to get Jennings swinging.
A ton of pressure on herself to produce right now.
And then taking off, a little bit of a lumber down to second base, but one of the best hitters that they have ever had. Getting ready to receive the Felton pitch. Wow, what a start.
Felton is dealing. Took a little something starting lineup.
Right.
That's the crazy part. You've got above average hitters sitting on their bench.
And Hanson just got a piece of it. Humphreys just nipped over there as Hanson hustled down the line. That's a 2-out walk, and the bases are loaded for Brito.
That was a beautiful spot by Felton, and also for that changeup in any pitch.
Got her. What an inning. Striking out the side, working around a hit by pitch, an infield single, and a walk. And Nicole May was one of the starting pitchers in that super. That's popped up, handled by the second baseman Torres.
As a teenage girl, but it has stuck and still being used here.
And she has learned to love it. Doherty gets the 1-out walk. Here comes Cody.
And when it comes to Nicole May,
sends that one into left center field, but it is playable and caught for the first out by Pickering.
slower heart rate, allow your emotions to stay calm, to stay disciplined on the zone, so important.
Full count with Doherty over at first. That's tagged a long way and is a fair ball. Chloe Evans with the 2-run shot, her second homer of the weekend. The Knights blast on top.
To say that Chloe Evans is seeing the ball well this weekend may be an understatement, Pam. Not many players had a hit yesterday, and she is now 4 for 8 on the weekend, and this perhaps the biggest hit of the day. This one, huge shot. Stayed inside the foul pole, her 7th home run of the year, the team's 32nd long ball, and gives them the 2-run advantage.
7 home runs, that's a good sign. 19-2, 5-0 in conference play, and yes, UCF is in the Big 12. It's hard to keep track these days. That's a base hit. Which is just 2 hits, but they both resulted in OU run. She pops out to end the inning, but Chloe Evans comes up big.
Big home run by Chloe Evans gives them the lead. It's given her an opportunity to celebrate those that are extraordinary around us.
Sydney Sanders took the first pitch into right field and is flowing. That's what you want. Right up the middle, and Riley Boone's got herself a 1-out single.
And no, the crowd is not booing. That is them. It seems like it. They've been able to get so much support all around the country.
That's a trouble for Willis. No, it's not. Come on now. Sarah Willis just chased it down. Boone had to quickly retreat to first.
Let it travel and expect to drive that one to the outfield.
Parker drives one to the outfield and drives it out. Ella Parker ties it up. What a freshman year she is having for the Sooners.
Well, and Pam, when you step on campus your freshman year, there's very low expectations. And when you step in the box, you don't have the weight of the world on your shoulders because you're just trying to gain that starting spot. Ella Parker, as a freshman, is a breath of fresh air at the top of the lineup who has been around hitting her entire life. Her 8th home run of the season and has handled pressure so well for Oklahoma. Sometimes being naive is the perfect attack plan.
Yeah, that's what Coach admitted.
It's been a hot second, almost 3 decades.
Jennings in the air, playable for Doherty. Tiare 0 for 2, but Ella Parker ties it up with 1 swing. We are all tied up going to the bottom of the second.
Had a chance to not just host at home, but to be prepared for the postseason.
Got to their first super regional a couple years ago. Rowe puts it down and Brito pounces on it.
That grit definitely comes from Mom.
Handled by Sanders. 2 quick outs for May, who scuffled a little bit in the...
Is just running all over.
Yeah, can't imagine what that entails. And look what Mom did. She got a stinging single with 2 outs. The cue. 3-1, hitter's count for Holajian, and she sends it into center field. Coleman goes back and watches it fly. Holajian with the 2-run shot puts the Knights back on top.
UCF showing up in a big way. They do not want to get swept, and Nicole May has now been touched up for 2 home runs in this game. That ball was left down Main Street, and your job as a hitter is to find a pitcher's mistake, and that one was left big. Her 3rd home run of the year, and gives UCF an opportunity to pull ahead by 2.
Chloe Evans with the 2-run shot in the last inning, and now Holajian does it. And
big, and I think that's what we're seeing out of May here today.
a lot of pitchers would love to have a 2.15 ERA, but for May, certainly elevated when she was sub-1. That goes a long way. And going a long way, Pickering to grab it in the corner to end the inning. But the hits so far in this series, in the number 3 slot in this potent lineup. Boy, Felton is not pleased by
To be able to do something that's never been done.
that. Gets away and allows Pickering to go down to second base.
Yeah, these seniors are doing things that not many people have done in our sport, and while the chance just 60 feet away now with no outs.
A couple of wild pitches by Felton allowed Pickering to get the 3rd, and now she's given up her 2nd walk of the inning. Her plays in center. How about a squeeze bunt? The shuffle over, the umpire goes down, and the call is safe. And Pickering went over to see if Steve Gold was okay.
I mean, that's a crazy play, knowing that runs are at a premium right now. The shuffle pass from the pitcher, DeVoe, into Cody disrupts the umpire, Steve Gould, but he has a good look of it as Pickering slides wide to be able to get the hand on the plate. Does the tag come in before the hand touches the plate? No, it gets that back point or back tip of the plate before the tag is able to be applied. Typically, you want your runners to go straight into the plate, but because of this slide, I think that's what gives her the opportunity to be safe. Luckily, Steve Gould is okay back there behind the plate, but they're going to take.
And they do confirm the save call. Well over 400. Waits on it, gets it in front of Willis. She bobbles it, so 2 runs will score easily for Oklahoma, and Brito ends up on second.
has played well defensively. They've had errors in this series, but this ball squared up out into left, and because it gets on top of Willis so quickly, it's an in-between hop that actually eats her up, gets all the way to the wall. Oklahoma able to gain the advantage and now takes the lead off that.
Sanders into right field. Chloe Evans grabs it. The tag by Brito. Defense playing well in, and what a blast. Literally took the glove off of Jewel. Boone gets the RBI single.
Yeah, we talk about how Boone doesn't have a lot of power. She does have 1 home run on the year, but look at the way she squares this pitch up right back at Grace Jewel, to the point that it does take the glove off the hand of Jewel, scores another run for Oklahoma, and now they've got wheels at first base. And we know that Jewel throws fastball, not pitches with a ton of movement. Because of that, when the ball comes into a spot,
nice frame, but they do get the call. A little dramatic delayed strikeout call by Steve Gould. Parker taps it, picked up by the third baseman Humphreys, who has to hurry. Nice play because Parker runs really well. But
used to just Oklahoma blasting bombs, but now this year using short game to get runs up on the board too.
Oh, what a play by Brito. Does she have enough time to throw her out? Yes! Alyssa Brito with the spectacular grab at third, and then Sydney Sanders.
Do they fall down in RPI, but they still lead the Big 12.
Well, Texas and Oklahoma will be in the SEC next year. Evans flies out to Coleman. And really clicking, as you mentioned, the last 3 or 4 weeks. Backhanded by the shortstop, Jennings. A couple of hard-hit balls, but Maxwell retired the Knights in order. We're through 3. Several years as well. Taps it back. Jewel gets her. Jennings 0 for 3.
Stacey Newman now the head coach at San Diego and at San Diego State, and able to take them to the Women's College World.
Who walked and scored in a wild third inning that saw a couple of walks, a couple of wild pitches, and that is another Boomer Sooner home run. Pickering's turn to knock out her 6th of the season.
Well, look at the players that are showing up in such a big way here today, Pam. It's the freshmen, the ones who maybe aren't feeling the pressure like some of these other players for Oklahoma who are trying to go for the 4-peat. Pickering, huge bomb. I mean, that one was a no-doubter. On the pull side, able to just crush that ball over the fence to come away with another Big 12 title before they head to the SEC next year.
Hansen finds the grass to get the 1-out base hit. Aspects, there's just so much now with the portal and the NIL. The wild pitch sends Hansen down to second.
When you talk to Coach Patty Gasso about what this year feels like, she says it feels like the difference between defending softball to feel like a job rather than a game.
Pops it up. Williams drifts over to grab it for the 2nd out of the inning.
Pam, I remember what it felt like to try to step up.
Full count now for Brito with runner on second. What a net bat to draw the walk.
Well, the little things continue to be.
Big 12 tournament. She go around? Yes, she did. So Sanders strikes out and strands a pair. But a home run by Cassidy Pickering as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch, and it's not handled over there by the second baseman, Torres. So Willis gets on base to start the 4th inning.
And that's a tough play as a second baseman charges that. They need to have that insurance back there behind to pick it up. Nasty.
Came in for Willis. That's over the glove of Torres. Del Hoyo has to stop at second because of some good hustle by Coleman in center.
That's a gritty at bat, busting that one up. Looks like it got her.
Okay,
He's not tiny.
Okay. Oh, nice. Hansen able to stop it and then throw down to third to get Del Hoyo. Hansen showing her value behind the plate.
And I think this is where Coach Cindy Ball Malone may power in this one, get it to the outfield and score another run.
That will do just that. Down the line, here comes Humphreys from second on the RBI double by Williams.
Grass without any leather coming in contact with it. I mean, Jazz Williams, one of those players that is so important at the bottom of the lineup because not only does she turn things over, but now you've got wheels on the bases at second. Great run by Humphreys to plate another run for UCF. Absolutely crushed in her last at bat, but it was off of a different pitcher of Oklahoma.
May, who was the starter. This is Kelly Maxwell. That one is sent toward the wall, and Jada Coleman.
When you've got a center fielder like Jada Coleman, you're able to grab a lot of balls in the outfield. She gets great communication and gets her team out of the inning. Coach Bear talked about how excited she was to see the way that they were performing this year as a great out over there by the freshman Humphreys at third base. We've seen some great plays by the player at the hot corner. That's one where you...
Pitcher that UCF has used. Caitlin Cochran. That's lifted into right field. For Chloe Evans, 2 outs now. Coach Gasso talked about what an advantage that has been to grow up around the game. Parker sends this one deep, and she's done it again. Dave Roberts' niece with her second home run of the game.
When it comes to being around hitting, Ella Parker is well-versed in all things hitting. She's been around it her whole life, and as she steps on campus for the Sooners, she sits at the top of the lineup with a ton of power. Not only is that her second home run of the day, that's her 9th home run of the season, and she has found a way to settle into the pressure-filled situations that Oklahoma is used to. So you're looking at that left foot, pick up, put down.
Full count, not playable. Tiare Jennings breaks out of her weekend slump in a big way. Her second hit of the series, also her second home run of the series. And that is career RBI number 300.
And while I always love a home run, these just mean more to me because I love the way that Tiare Jennings approaches her at-bats at the plate. While I never want to lose my record, it would be an honor to lose it to someone to the caliber of Tiare Jennings. That now her 91st home run of her career as she flies it in. Just her second hit of the series, but Pam, both of them have been the long ball.
Pickering held off. UCF thought she swung.
I thought it was a strike, not just a swing, and I think Kalajian thought the same thing. She came out.
Made a very good play behind the plate as well earlier. That gets off the glove of Cody. Throw down, not in time, as Pickering gets in.
Well, and Oklahoma never takes their foot off the gas pedal. You think Hansen has been such a part of the battery in her time for the Sooners.
Now it's Hansen's turn to leave the yard. Kinsey Hansen with the 2-run shot. Oklahoma now up 11-5.
Did you say we're getting close to the postseason, Pam? Because I think that's exactly what Kinsey Hansen has turned on, is the postseason prowess. This ball left.
That was a cookie.
Oh, probably chocolate chip, because that one, there was a big bite out of that one. More Sooners celebrating another home run, the third home run in just 4 batters for Oklahoma.
5 home runs for Oklahoma. Hansen has 3 hits today. Coleman hits it over to Evans, who ends the inning, but a lot of power. They got the first 2 outs, UCF did.
Just down the road.
Puts it into right field. Look out, there was Coleman able to take it with Boone close by. Doherty flies out.
PI does sit at 26, so postseason is definitely in their future.
That's off of Maxwell, and Hodge, who just came in to play second base. How about that? Off the ricochet.
Stingy with the things that they get, but when it came to Chloe Evans, she got gear for her whole team.
Good teammate Maxwell able to zip it over, and Sanders handled the low throw very well. The Knights. Oklahoma tying a season high with 5 home runs. Good start to the 6th for Felton, who struck out Burrito.
And that's the exact same pitch that Felton struck. Will they be able to pull off number 24 before they move over and join the SEC next season? You have to watch Bedlam and then the Big 12 tournament to find out.
It's a walk for Sanders.
Got the loss for their first home loss.
Boone flew out for the 2nd out of the inning. Maya burst time today.
That's the hard ground I was talking about earlier, Pam. When you've got corners that are crowding you, you've got to use that hard ground in front of home plate to get that high.
Because here's Parker, who has 2 home runs today. Chops it, playable. An error. Coleman goes back and couldn't get to it. It hit off the top of the padding and stayed in the park.
Now it is after the 6th inning, and the umpires can take this to review themselves if they would like. But this ball off the top of the wall, so it looks as though it has to go over the whole black piece of the center field wall. If it had not been extended higher, those additional couple of feet, that ball would have been out of here. It would have been a leadoff home run, but it stays in the park, and Aubrey Evans sits at second base, putting herself in scoring position.
Leadoff double for Evans, and now a play not handled by Hodge. And the Knights have the first 2 runners on here in the 6th.
Remember, Hodge entered last.
Struck out her last time up facing Maxwell. This time she pops up for the first out of the inning.
They'll give Ludlam opportunities behind the dish.
Jennings goes over to second to get one out, but another run crosses the plate as Evans comes in.
Pick her hop and not let it eat her up. Tiare Jennings has been so good up the middle for Oklahoma.
First pitch swing results in the final out of the inning, but another one crosses. And Tiare Jennings hit a home run her last time up, but this time, first pitch lands in the glove of Evans.
This facing off against Texas Tech in the final series of the regular season.
Pickering draws the walk. Last year, the Southern Conference Player of the Year, she hit .372. And she says she loves Ludlam's, says she loves softball. She's just a smiley kid, just having the time of her life this year playing for Oklahoma. Earlier in this game. right up the middle, but nice play by Felton to grab it and end the inning. That's Stringers. First year for UCF in the Big 12, last year for Oklahoma in the Big 12. Skied. Hodge has the sunglasses on, and one away in the 7th. Lifted it in left center field, and that is gone. Shannon Doherty with the home run.
Well, and for a pitcher yesterday to have only given up 2 hits, today, within the first 3 pitches, gives up a bomb? Are you kidding me? Look at UCF not giving up. To be able to step in and take advantage of a pitch left big, a pitcher trying to fill the zone as she toes the circle. That right there, huge swing. Gotta love the celebration at home plate.
Game was tied up by Oklahoma, then UCF went up 4-2 on Kalajian's second inning home run. And a chance here, nope. It is bobbled as Hodge tried to get it over to Jennings, and
not the inside of second base for that one to be successful.
it's the second error on Hodge since she came in to relieve Torres at second base. Sanders with on their feet. They're 1 strike away. They get it as Willis went up high and struck out to end the game. Oklahoma, with 5 home runs, wins it 11-7. Their 6th conference sweep of the season. And they take it by the final of 11-7. Patty Gasso, career win number 1,501.
Well, and to have the kind of production that they had at the plate here today, that's going to be necessary if their pitchers continue to give up those long balls. But excited to see the way that both of these teams finish the regular season next week and head into the conference tournament.